Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Missouri's offense will start this game off with the football. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. There he goes down the right side. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And that one is picked up in the end zone. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Missouri! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Quarterback on the keeper. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Missouri gets to the line quickly. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Missouri will snap it in the red zone. Jackson gonna throw it. Makes the catch. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. And the Tigers are on the move. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal for this offense. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He splits the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll get him down after a solid return. Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, the running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Dances away to buy time. That's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. The sure hands. It's set. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Jackson will throw. It's complete. At the 40, there he goes. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. You got to communicate.
Shakes off the defender. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bickley. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, Tigers! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be brought down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Wants to go up top on first down.
And they find him early.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tiger. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Looking downfield on first down. He fires one deep down the right side. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. To the air on first down. He lets one fly deep. He's got it inside the 25. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
After back-to-back misfires, they're hoping this time's the charm on 3rd and goal. Looking for the goal line. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Handoff from the gun. Turning it on. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
Well, the defense knew they had a huge challenge coming into this one. This running back, one of the top 10 in the nation right now in rushing yards, they're going to have to load the box defensively, and they're going to have to get a lot of hats to the football because he is not easy to bring down.
Off play action on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. It's a seam wide. Touchdown, Missouri! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. Out of bounds at the 34. A productive job by the return team. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. There's the pressure. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Here's the return from inside his 10. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Jackson gonna throw it. He's got the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Sends it back in motion. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
Here we go, here we
go. He'll do it himself on the draw. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. He kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. Give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Got a man. It's Johnson.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass.
He's going to let it go. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Tigers. He got a step and just dusted the field.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Pulls and fire complete. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Tigers come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. It'll be a draw. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Punt is on its way. He's got it. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Hit as he throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Gets it out quickly. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Breaks the tackle. And he takes this one back to the line of scrimmage. A rather anticlimactic end to the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He uncorks one deep. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He'll take the deep shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He'll pull it on the read. On the move in the 30. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Missouri wants to go fast.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Oh, what a cut! They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. A lot of urgency for this offense.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
No. When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Jackson will throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Yates. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. The give out of the gun. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle. It's Sapp. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. First down for this offense. Wants to throw again. Rushes on him. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Touchdown, LSU! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
Jackson going to throw it. Makes the grab. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Caught over the middle. It's sacked. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. It'll be 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
5 minutes.
Y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The give to the tailback. Nice move there. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
40.
They bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, and now he'll have to go back to work to get over 100 yards again for the day. Jackson will throw. Wide open downfield. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground.
Amazing.
Get the first down.
Well, that sauce you use.
Wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this.
That was good.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Lockett. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Missouri gets to the line quickly. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. It's Jackson. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go back to the ground. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Time to take a shot. Brings it inside the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And this offense can just about taste taking the touchdown Tigers. They've got the lead here in the 4th. He'll try to tag on one more.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Trying to burn this defensive back. Finds a spot in the middle. three for a big gainer down to the 43. They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the... Going for it all. Touchdown, Tigers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Duke. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Tigers are in the hurry up. Now the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Right on the money. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they've regained the lead.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the 4th quarter. Go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Pulls and throws out the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Jackson gonna throw it. Got his man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Might as well stick with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Quick strike complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Okay.
This big tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Missouri wants to go fast. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. Still plenty of time for this offense, but this probably their final drive, under 2 minutes to play. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And we're all tied up, and who's in the mood for a dramatic finish, fellas? He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. All the way out to the 37-yard line, it's a gain of 15. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 30. There he goes. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Wants to go up top on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Let's it fly. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Defense showing blitz here. Jackson will throw. Quickly complete. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Missouri! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. LSU will dive into... here on offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure. some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He wants a big play here late. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Back to pass, it's Flanagan. Under fire. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. Going for it all. Pulls it in inside the 10.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to a great start in this one.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying play action. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, and that's fine. Listen, it's go time. Right now it's coming up on third down. You probably got 2 downs anyways. It's the fourth quarter. It's time for this QB to take charge.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down...